So it's a startup company, so they were kind of starting from scratch, and they had kind of identified, I guess you could say, a bit of a gap in the market for a financial app for kind of small businesses. There's quite a lot of ones for personal finance, but there were less for business finance, and none of the existing ones used AI, so they wanted to basically create a digital assistant that would help people running their own businesses and small businesses with their financial admin, but they didn't want it to be, you know, sometimes financial admin can be a bit boring or a bit tedious or a bit kind of time consuming, and they wanted to make it so that if you had to do it, it was a bit more of a pleasure. From the beginning they kind of wanted to do something different to everything that was out there, so a lot of financial and kind of banking, and it's quite cold and it's quite like serious and it's quite sterile, and they definitely were like, okay, if everyone's doing this, we want to do something different, we want to do something that feels a bit more human, and try and bring some joy to doing your financial admin. So that was kind of the brief from the beginning, the fact that they, you know, it was new, so straight from scratch, but they wanted to be doing something different to how everyone else was doing it, with the hope that people would kind of respond to it, and obviously use ANNA to do their stuff. So it kind of came about from, I guess, the team at NB were thinking about, you know, this is going to be an assistant to you, like what if you have a really good human assistant, like what do they do, what does that involve? And I think started thinking about how human assistants would, you know, leave you like handwritten notes or doodles, and so the thought was to kind of bring some of that humanness into the app, and into the brand. So that's kind of where the thought of like handwritten words or like little characters, and I guess it's just trying to bring in, like, for example, if you've received an invoice, we like the idea that you know, a cat would come in bringing the invoice, just to kind of add a bit of a smile, and we worked with Alice Bauscher, an illustrator, to she was kind of the hand of Anna, I guess you could say, and she made this great little world of characters that kind of populate the Anna brand and kind of bring some fun. So Anna, because they were a startup, they did quite a lot of early research, speaking to people who ran small businesses, like, and asking, you know, what do you need from a financial app, like, and in that they did select people like early kind of stages of the brand as well, because they wanted to kind of, you know, make sure that it was going to be the right direction. And they got like positive response early on, people being like, I really like the illustrations, or it feels very different. So they've had good feedback. That's kind of initially the Anna team came up with that thought, like, obviously doing all the finance stuff, wouldn't it be amazing if it could order pizza? And when they initially told me that, I thought it was a joke. I didn't think it would be able to do that, but they've said it should be possible. I haven't tested it myself, but now it's properly launched, so I think UK businesses, if you own a small business, anyone can register. But with the kind of chat, we worked with a copywriter to try and make sure that the kind of responses made sense. So, and obviously anybody can chat, you know, could type anything, so they had to kind of think about all the possible things that someone might ask, and then failing, you know, if because it is automated, but if there is a problem, because they're aware that, you know, sometimes maybe the person can't get the answer that they need, they've got a 24-hour like live customer support team as well that will kind of if they see that someone's having a problem in the app, they can like step in and then talk to them that way. So yeah, just so you don't get stuck if something goes wrong.